And hello, happy Friday, and I am so happy you are here with me tonight. And it's always so much fun to see who is joining live while we scrap tonight on Friday night. How about that? Scrap tonight on Friday night. So a big welcome and hello. I see Cindy's here and Debbie and Carrie, Kay, Janice, woohoo, Kristen, CB from Indiana, Roz, my Aussie friend. Okay, I've got my down under folks here already. So good to see you guys. Carolyn, Carrie, Sue, Kim is here, Bunny's here. All you friends. And can I just say, Bunny, I was just going to say, I wanted to say, I was looking at Pop Crop members. Do you know, Bunny, you were the very first person to sign up for Pop Crop. I've been meaning to mention that during our Pop Crop together. And I was like, oh my gosh, it just warms my heart every time I see your name there as sign up number one. Bunny is right there. So thank you for that. And all of my fabulous pop stars. We had a really good time at the crop last Saturday. It was just a week ago, right? A week ago yesterday. And we had a lot of fun creating sketches and some quick cuts. And speaking of quick cuts, so tonight, what I want to do is talk about that 80-20 rule. And Dana's here, and Dana reminded me about that at the Pop Crop. She's like, Lauren, I'm really working on that 20%. And Dana, I see you got your album done. And at the beginning of the year, I mentioned that my 80-20 rule is 80% of the time, let's get those album pages done. Done is better than perfect. I'm on a mission. I want to get my albums finished. And when I spend too much time on a layout, I just feel bogged down in the process. That's me personally. Let me know if you feel the same way or if you just love to create and it's all about the creating. I'm kind of curious, but for me, and this is just all about sharing and sharing ideas. Then you can take and leave, whatever you prefer. And when I feel like I've spent too much time on the decorating process, I feel like I am not making progress. And that's the name of the game. My pop stars know all about progress on projects. Pop. So the 20% is lovely, and I love those pages as well. Spending some extra time, extra love on those pages. But also, there's a lot of photos to scrap, friends, right? A lot of photos to scrap. So the 80% rule, where let's do that quick and easy, that's what I'm talking about tonight. I'm going to give you 3 formulas. These are my tried and true formulas. They are so easy. You're going to look and go, Lauren, really? This is a formula? It's so easy. Yes, that's the name of the game. So if you have just spent 2 to 3 hours doing a couple pages and you're like, man, I got to catch up, these are some of the formulas for you. And your pages still look good. I'm going to do just a teeny little bit of an album share, which you've seen some of these pages before, but I'm going to kind of point out the 80%, the 20%. But when you look at it, what I also want you to think about is how this album still looks cohesive, even though I have 2 different styles of scrapping in it, okay? And I'll talk about that too. So again, big hello to everyone who is here joining Friday Night Scrapping tonight. Thank you for being here. All right. So if you are wondering where to find me, other than if you are here on Facebook or YouTube, you can also find me on Instagram. And also, if you are interested in getting some CM products, then you can find me at creativememories.com. And make sure you see my picture when you check out if you want to shop with me. Okay, and also, just so you know I had a couple questions about My credit fairies, I was a little late this month. I do apologize. But if you do choose me as an advisor, when you hit that $200 threshold for the month, that's cumulative for the whole month, then you are going to get 5% back. So I cannot send less than a $10 credit, which is that $200 threshold. That's why I have that. So if you spend $200 in retail product from Creative Memories, not from my shop, because I give you good stuff already from my shop, then I tally that up and I pop those credits into your account. I try to do that by the 5th of the month. I was a little late this month. I do apologize, but there wasn't a release. So hopefully you got it in time for the new release. So you get those credits. That helps you maybe pay for shipping or pay for another paper pack or adhesive refill or whatever. And that's just my way of saying thank you for shopping with me and giving back. So it has to be that minimum 200 for the month. And then what I do is I just give you 5% over that. Okay, so just an FYI. All right. So yeah, and let's see. Oops. Streaming. Oh no, it looks like I am losing Facebook. Facebook didn't want to play nicely. Okay. So it looks like I don't know if you're gonna find me. If you're still on Facebook and I'm still going, just give me a chat, let me know. But it did say I had some kind of a little error there. That's a bummer. Maybe if someone can put a post on Facebook to come over to YouTube, that would help. Okay, Carrie, maybe could you put a link on my Facebook page if it's not there anymore. Let's see. Yeah, Wendy said she had to move. I don't know what happened there. Sorry, friends. Facebook just decided, I don't know, I had to sign back in again. It was all the things. So, all right. Done is the new perfect. I like that motto, Suzanne. So, yeah, and Lark's like, I love the creating, but want them finished. So I want both. So maybe the 80-20 is good for you too, Lark. Okay. What else did I want to say? I think that's it for now. So you know what we're working on. Let's jump in. I'm going to switch over to my overhead because can I tell you a funny story? So I ordered on Monday for the new collection. And I'm always like, oh my gosh, is it going to get here in time? Is it going to get here in time? I really want to show you and use and get my hands on the new product. And don't I wish it came early? My UPS guy does not come until late in the day. And I told hubby, John, I said, well, if it comes in, honey, can you please bring it in even if I'm live streaming? And he's like, well, let me just go get it, because he could see where the little UPS truck was on the app. And we know, my UPS guy, because he comes here quite often. And so he went and found him. So literally, these are hot, hot off the truck, literally hot. Okay, they're still hot from being on the truck. But John went and George, my UPS guy, was happy to give it to him. He hunted it down so that I could play with these tonight. But so much so, you guys, I haven't even had a chance to open them. So here's the new scenes. We have 6 new scenes. I'm so excited because this is a perfect opportunity to show you how to do those easy, quick sketches, my 3 formulas. We're going to just jump in and use this. I hope, cross your fingers. I hope it's going to work out. But I'm also going to give you a little teaser for my Disney friends. Who are my Disney fans out there? I hope you're excited, because not only are we going to just kind of check into this tonight. Oh my gosh, look at all this yumminess here. But I am going to give you Formula 1 I'm going to go on a little stash dive, and we're going to use Sparks of Magic if you still have some. I checked, and the matte cards are still available. And the formula, my first formula for you tonight, uses the matte cards. Ha! So we're gonna do a little, fun here. But before we do that, like I mentioned, I kind of want to give you just a little album share. Oh, and there's an update. Carrie is busy working with these guys because my first formula, we are going to use those little nuggets, and I'll tell you more about that. So okay, I have so much stuff on my desk now. I'm going to have to scooch all this. We're going to scooch the scenes over. We're going to come back to the scenes. But I do want to do just a quick little flip through to show you. Okay, so this is my 2019 album. And when I've been working on some of my sketches for Pop Crop and different things, I like working in this because, from my pop planner, I know, oh, I'm almost there. My album map, I've crossed off a lot of squares. So, it's getting almost finished, which I love. I love the idea of a finished album. So title page, that is a 20%. We spent a lot of time doing that. This is a quick cuts. I'm pretty sure this is a quick cuts. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think this was. So this is a quick page. Let me see. Let's see. I'm going to try. This is more of a 20%. And then let's see. Wait, do I have the, yeah. Okay. Some of these are kind of mixed in here. Doing a little different things. Let me just see. Okay, here. This is perfect example of a quick cut. Super fast, not much going on. Even though it looks complete, it looks finished. We actually did this at the Pop Crop. This is let's see. Did we do 2 sheets? 2 sheets of paper, completely. 2 sheets of paper did this whole layout. And you can see that even though this was quick, and literally 30 minutes, you guys, 30 minutes or less it took to do this layout with journaling and with making my titles. And so that's a quick cut. That is quick. We're going to learn how to do that. This was a longer layout, right? That was the 20%. This was a 20% layout. And this was a 80%. This was super fast. Okay. But what you notice is that, can you actually tell if I'm flipping? Is it, the cohesiveness, to me, one of the keys that I've always kind of just stood by, the cohesiveness in my albums when you flip from page to page, is that my photos are always clustered. They have eye lines for the most part, and they're always the focus of my pages. And I think that actually makes your album feel cohesive when, even though all the decorations change, the formatting of your photos, the clustering and the way you group your photos together, and the fact that those are, kind of take your center stage, that is, to me, what makes my album look like it's all kind of flows together. So think about that. It doesn't have to be that, what is your grounding element? What is your foundation? And like I said, for me, it's always been my photos. Whenever I like to look at my pages, the first thing I hope you notice first and that your eye goes to are the photos. And you can see I have a couple pages in here that I want to work on and, keep going. Okay, so that's just kind of a quick little show and tell to say, even though you have quick and easy pages, it doesn't mean that they don't look good, because it's those little finishing details, right, that make your page come together. It's the title, the journaling, you know, a little sticker here, a little embellishment there. Okay, so all right. Hopefully it looks like I'm not on Facebook, but I'm so glad my YouTubers are still here. Okay. So that is the idea of where we're going. Now, let's take a look, and we are going to talk about my formula number 1. And if you happen to have my sketch and story cards, that's these guys right here, my sketch and story cards, grab 3 of them, because you may want to sketch these out. And I put them, instead of putting them on my big sketch, I put them on my little note cards, because those are easy just to kind of keep handy and have around. So the first one is going to be what I call, our first formula is called the grid. Da-dum! It's the grid. And this is so fast and so easy. Like I said, all of these are so fast and so easy. You're going to be like, Lauren, this is really a thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a background page. So this is either 12 by 12, or if you want to do this directly on your scrapbook page, you can do that as well. And the grid, the grid is either going to be using 3x3s or 4x4s. I'm going to do it showing 3x3s, and it's super easy to kind of figure how you can do a 3x3, because I'm going to group my grid a little tighter, and I'm going to have it at a 1/4 inch separation. And I'm going to tell you, so Carrie, our sweet Carrie, Stampin' Bandit, is working on making these. She said she went and made them, worked on them today. So they're coming. And as soon as they are available in the shop, I will let you know. You better believe there will be a big old post on it. But these are 1/4 inch grids. And so what I'm going to do is just first kind of show you what that grid looks like. And we're going to have, since we're using a 1/4 inch gutter is what I call them between our grid, we're going to have a 1.5 inch border, okay? Because our photos are 3x3. So let me just place these down and you'll see what I mean. So we're going to do just a simple grid. This is a 3x3 grid. And I'm not going to keep them all photos, because you'll see how we change that up really easily. 3x3, 3x3. Okay. So what we're going to do is start with 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. I'm pretty sure. Or was it 1.25 inches? May have been 1.25 inches. Is it 1.25 inches? Yeah, it's okay. It must be, yeah, 1.25 inches from the bottom and 1.25 inches from the side. Okay, we're gonna just set our first one, 1.25 inches, and then 1.25 inches. Okay. And once we get one guy in there, I'm actually going to even just stick a little bit of repo, come here you, in there, just so he stays in place. And then that is going, then you can use a spacer or just your ruler, but I'll show you how this is going to work when you can get your hands on these. I'm going to hold this down, and then these little guys go in next. And then on up. So grid. If you're taking my monthly meetup, if you're one of my M&Ms, you know I love my grid. I love myself a grid. Okay, and so there you go. The idea there, I'm not going to stick them down because we're going to actually create this grid in just a minute. But that gives you kind of the idea of what a 3x3 grid looks like with a 1/4 inch spacing. And so that gives you that, I wrote this wrong. It's 1 1/4 inch. Yes, 1 1/4 inch border. 1 1/4 inch border. Let me write that for you. Okay, so 1 1/4 inch border. Okay, and these are 1/4 inch spacing. And then the picks are, oh, I forgot to write that down, are 3x3. So how do we actually take this formula? Okay, now that you're like, all right, Lauren, I get it, but it doesn't look very good. Just looks like a black piece of paper with a bunch of white squares on it. So now what I love about this formula is that it is so perfect for mat cards. So if you have an overabundance of mat cards hanging out, this is perfect for mat cards. Now, I want to also remind you, if you have your templates, remember Creative Memories came out with these. I still have a few in my shop. This is a great time to get out your 3x3 grid, because that's going to help you with your mat cards. Okay, so we're using the 3x3. Get out your 3x3 grid. Okay, and I've got my trimmer. And then look at all these super cute mat cards from Sparks of Magic. Now, if you would rather do, you could do adventure parks also. But what I'm looking for is kind of on one side enough of a pattern that I'm going to use this in the place of a square. Okay, so like I'm just going through so far. No go. You can see I've used these mat cards for some other things. Let me see. Let me get in here. I think they're coming up. Oh, I love the red polka dot. Okay, now we could look at the flower. Is the flower going to work? Ooh, if I did a 4x4 grid, it would work, but it's a little too big for the 3x3. So no joy there. But look at these coming up. Aren't these cute? And on the flip side are, keep flipping. Darling red and white polka dot. Okay, so I definitely want to use a red and white polka dot for one of my squares. So the idea is I'm going to do a title, picture, and then a pattern paper and an embellishment. Picture, 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 paper, picture, and a journal card. Okay, so and you can mix that up as much as you want. Mix it up. So if you only have 4 pictures, then make another square that's paper. Or if you want to use paper to match your photo, you're going to take your photo down to a 2.5 or 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay. And then you'd have a little mat for your photos. Okay. You could do that as well. So I'm just going to place, I love the polka dot up there. Ooh, this one has a cute little saying on it. Oh, it would work. See that? Because my grid would cover that. So that's a possibility. Maybe I want to do that where the title is, although I've got a surprise for the title, but I'll just place that there. There's this cute heart. Would the heart work? Oh yes, the heart would work. Okay, so do you see how easy this is to use when you want to take a look at your mat cards? Oh, let's look at this side. Ooh, not so much joy there. Too tight. But the flip side, yes, that would work great. Okay, so that's a possibility. I'm going to put possibilities over here. I already have the red dot, which I love. And then yellow dot, I could do that. But oh, check out this cute stripiness. So I can see stripiness. Yeah, that's going to be really good. I think since I'm on a black page, I could just cut this little corner out, and I'm going to put that down here in this corner for now. Now, I kind of place your things in here. Ooh, and I do really love this one too. Ooh, I do really love this. So let's see, maybe we do dots up here, dots and stripes. Or do we like the polka dot? Maybe we do dots and polka dots. No, I think I have to pick. Or I could do yellow dots up here. Oh, that's cute too. Okay, so I have some choices. Now in here, I have down that I need a journaling box. So look at this fun one, journaling. So I can take my little template and go, oh, like what would be a good place to chop this if I kind of just wanted to see maybe a star or two, would that work? And then maybe a few lines. So if you wanted to do that down there, or maybe we're just going to get like a little piece of that black star and some journaling that way, or this yellow star. Let's see, that kind of goes. Yeah, so you can see. So maybe possibility here. Yeah, the paper is the Sparks of Magic Matte Pack. So these are for my Disney fans. Yep. Here's another one. No joy, too big. But again, if you did this in a 4x4 grid, you would get 4 4x4s, and you could go bigger. You could go bigger. So, just remember your 4x4 is going to be here, and that would cover that. Okay, and then you just do 1, 2, 3, 4 photos for your grid instead of 6 or 9. Sorry. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. I'm just kind of flipping. Ooh, I do like the blue. The blue is really cute too. And there are embellishments that went with this pack. And look at those cute little balloons. So, that could, if you still have some of those or the stickers, that might also be a decision maker. So I really just enjoy all the colors here. Okay, so I think I'm going to keep that. I am not sure about this. Oh, look at the back side. Look at that. That has lines and a red star. Maybe we're going to go with the back side. Lines and the red star. Maybe. And then I am actually going to switch this. Oh, and also what I wanted to remind you about too is with this layout, with this grid type layout, remember, if you have more pictures, all you need to do is grab your little 3x3 peekaboo. I think that's the wrong size. Where are my 3x3s? Here they are. My 3x3 peekaboo. And then all of a sudden, you've got room for more. So that's another way. If you wanted to hide your journaling underneath, then we could bring in more color that way, and we could bring in some other fun details. Okay, let's start. We're going to start by getting some of these in place. So I'm going to start by cutting 3. So I don't want to keep on talking because we got to get going. These are supposed to be quick speed scrapping formulas, right? So now, oh, I had that stuck down. Now I'm going to replace that. I'll stick that, I'll measure that in just a minute. So that's going to go there. And then next to it is going to go a picture. And then in the center, picture, picture, picture. And then over here, I do actually really like these circles. So let me do a 3-inch here and a 3-inch here. Now what's also fun is that this is a 3-inch. So if you wanted to make a companion page, you could keep going with that, right? Look at how cute the background is for that. Okay, so I'm going to replace that with paper. And then, let's see, we've got a title. So for my title, I actually want a background. And I'm not sure, am I going to do, ooh, I do really like that red or the blue. goes here, or the yellow. I think I'm going to go yellow, friends. Look at, oh, I love the yellow. Okay, and I've got a surprise for you. I've been busy behind the scenes creating some new things because that's just my jam. I love new things. And guess what I found was this little die set that I just couldn't resist. And it is called The Happiest Place on Earth. And look at this awesome sparkly castle. Okay, so, which I think goes really well. So this is going to be my title. But look how fun that is on the yellow. I love that on the yellow. And then I think I might do the castle. Ooh, I could do the castle down here. Actually, I might. Maybe I'll switch my journaling over here. Do I want the castle like that? This is going to be journaling. Maybe, and I think I'm going to do journaling under here. So, I think I'm going to switch. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do this. And now I need blue or red. Blue or red. Blue, blue, or red. I need one of these with the fairgrounds in it. Ooh, I think the red, huh? Red, blue, back to... I know, I'm so sorry. My Facebook folks had to, I hope you, I think blue. Blue? No, red. Let's do, can't make up my mind tonight. All right, let's do red. Let's do red. Oh, wait, let me think of this. Hold on. If I wanted to, oh, I could use the heart too. Now I really like the heart. Okay. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I want to put the heart in here. 3. It's about right here. 3-inch heart. That's kind of fun too. Oh, that would be cute with the castle. Oh, look at that. There we go. The castle with the blue. So now I have blue and red. I don't have to choose. There we go. So castle here. And then where were those little balloons? Here we have balloons. We could add some balloons. Maybe we do balloons over here or here. I think over here. And this is just a grid for putting something pretty in. That's just decoration. So this is your title grid. This is like a decoration grid. This one, you could do more decorations. And then this is, and then I swap these, or journaling. And then you can do a flip up so you can put more journaling underneath. But the idea is, do you see the idea? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos for your page. And usually we take a lot of pictures when we go on these kind of vacations, right? I'm just going to pop out the little pieces to this castle here. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of this layout. Let me go ahead, stick this down on the white background. Okay. Curious, who's been to Disney already this year? Someplace Disney. Paris Disney, Florida Disney, LA Disney. Where else is there? Who's been? I'm going to get that right there. So even though this is a super simple, easy peasy outlet, layout, outlet, where'd that word come from? layout, the details make it all come together. The details, the embellishments, the stickers, if you have them still, that's what makes it all fun. Okay, so I'm going to start in this corner again, 1 1/4. So I'm going to pull you down and 1 1/4. And the fun thing with Carrie's templates is once you get the first one set, it's awesome. Now I have to go back up a little bit there. Okay. So let me get that one stuck down. And it looks crooked, doesn't it? I moved it. Okay. 1 1/4. 1 1/4. There we go. Okay. I think I'm going to get a little more adhesive going on under there so it doesn't move. Okay, and then we can add our title. Ooh, maybe the balloons go over here. That's kind of cute. And then, but before I do that, let me put my guide down. Okay, so now we've got our guide. Now let's get some of these others down in place. So I'm just going to put these cards in here as placeholders, right? And got my grid. Did I move it again? Okay. Let me just check this one. Look at that, 1 1/4. Perfect. Okay, so now I've got that. Oops. Now you need to stay there. Okay. I'm gonna put this one, 1, 2, here. Okay, now I'm going to just move this guy over here. I do like the circles over here. And then this is going to be another photo. Trying to get the glue off of that. Okay, photo. All right. Now we're going to jump down here, just put that grid back in place. Do you see, are you in love with this little tool yet? I know, I keep teasing you with it. It's coming though, it's coming. Okay. I'm going to just put this down here for now. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do. No, let's see. I'm going to put this together and put this in the peekaboo pocket because that's just again showing you the versatility of adding a layer. And then now I'm going, did I put that down? Yeah. Now I'm going to flip it over here and put our last square in. And let's put our sparkly castle down here in the corner. Okay. Now, I also, let's see, I need some more adhesive on this guy. You can see it's sticking up right there. Okay. Now, there we have our layout. And now that this photo's down, you can just do maybe a teeny overlap, you know, with this embellishment on your photos. And that's fine, like just like that. So let's put a little adhesive right there. Let those balloons kind of peek out. And you can go more if you want. If you want to add some other little embellishments, you can. Let's see, what did this say? Picture perfect. If you wanted to add, you could put that on, say, some foam square and just add another little layer of color or doodads, sparkles. These embellishments also had gemstones. Oh, they have these cute little arrows too. So just adding a touch of that is also really fun. Now, one last thing. This is, you know, the idea is quick and easy, guys. So this is done. All you do is add your photos, grids, your title, your journaling can go under here, a little embellishment corner. Now, the only other thing would be, say you want to add a punch strip. And there is the punch that goes along with this. It's called Fairgrounds, and I do happen to still have these in the shop too. I was able to get a few more. So if you wanted to add a fun little detail, you could do that. You could take this and snip it. That looks good right there. And add this to one of your little 3-inch squares. So you don't have to always use your punch in the large format. You can use it just to border a little area that you want or working on. Okay. And look how cute that is. I punched this out of the black shimmer. And then you can just add a fun little layer that way. Okay, so that's it. Page formula number 1, done. Jane says, when I retire, I want to spend a month at Disney. It is the happiest place on earth, right? So there you can see some just fun little layers. Super fast formula, right? That's formula number 1. It's called the grid. What else were my notes? Oh, yes. So great for using with mat cards. So if you have some mat cards you want to use up, and you can increase the size to 4x4, but you will decrease the number of squares you have on your page, of course. But you will also have more outside space if you wanted to work in that space as well. Oh, you know, it'd be kind of cute is to kind of just put that on the inside down here, huh? Like the other side. Oh, now I have to probably do that, right? Just to give another little, oh my gosh, isn't that cute? Okay, so let me see. Let me cut 3 inches here. I mean, I just was looking and go, oh, look at it. It can balance it out. If I just take another little snippet and pop that inside this peekaboo pocket. Okay. Fun. There you go. So now you even have, you know, same punch, but just a different section of it. And you have a little balance going on there. Okay, there's formula 1. Now let's move on and check out formula number 2. And let me take a look at the chat. Did I miss any questions? Disney Vacation Club. Oh yes, Kathy, have you been there already this year? Let's see. DVC. Oh, that's what DVC is. Disney Vacation Club. Yeah, I know. It's just so fun. So get your Disney things out. There's some other new fun things to play with that I added into the shop. Let me just mention. So there's also one that's called Best Day Ever. And I gave you some fun new balloons. Best Day Ever, some Disney balloons. This one has a bow that goes right here and a fun, another little fun castle. I just was feeling super Disney-ish. And then there is this one for my Star Wars friends, that May the Force be with you, Star Wars die cuts. And there's actually going to be a second sheet of silver in this packet. And then there is also, there's these cute little film reels, which are, let's see, shiny. I found this cool paper. It's shiny. So it catches, there you go. You can kind of see. So wouldn't that be fun to kind of add a little shine to your layouts? You could just tuck the film reel right in and it gives that little touch of shine and glossiness. And there's also one, I have to get the picture. My assistant took the die, so I don't have it here, but there's one called Our Disney Vacation. And so the picture will be up on my website soon. So that's coming. And while we're talking about die cuts, I'll mention this as I'm shifting to the next layout. There are a lot of die cuts that I have put on while supplies last, just because I don't have enough help. I can't keep all the sets all the time in the shop. So to get some fun new sets and to have time for my assistants to make these new ones, I need to take some out of the shop. So if you see some of my die cuts that are while supplies last, that's why. It's because I'm making room for fun new things. And I hope you enjoy that. So, and from now on, and also, dies tend to start to wear. And after a while, a lot of cuts, they don't work as well, and it's a little harder to cut. So just for various reasons, they need to transition. So there'll be new sets coming, and some older sets are going to retire, just so you know. Okay, so there's Formula 1. And let's talk about Formula 2. And we're going to jump in and really put this to the test, because I have not even opened my scenes yet. And the Formula 2, I use this so much with so many things. It's called the 7/5 split. And basically that's taking one piece of paper and cutting it at the 5-inch mark. And it's the 7/5 split. And the reason I love the 7/5 split is because when you look at a 2-page, so we can look at a 2-pager this way, you can get those beautiful 6x4 photos and 4x6s and 4x4s, all with that nice paper background. Okay. So if you have 5 inches, a 4x4 just fits beautifully on that. If you have a 7-inch background, the 6x4 fits beautifully on that, with a little 1/2 inch here and a little 1/2 inch there. And then the same for your base. So your choice, if you want to do 2 7/5 splits, you can. And you can do one on the inside and one on the outside. Or if you want to just leave some white space with white paper or black paper, your scrapbook page, you can just leave these empty. Okay, so what we're going to do is pick a collection, and should we do a little vote? Which collection should we use? I'll give you 2 to choose from. How's that? Since we are here in the Southwest, we can do desert scenes. Okay, desert scenes. Plus, I love that cactus punch. I kind of want to go with the punches. I want to do either the cactus punch or the whale tail. So the whale tail is the Pacific. The Pacific scenes. All right, so you guys pick. And we can always do the other one for the other formula. How about that? Where's Pacific? Here it is, Pacific scenes. Okay, so this is actually, let me just kind of take a look at the papers, because we're going to do a horizontal cut. Our next formula, we're going to, I'm sorry, this way is vertical. A vertical cut. The next formula, we're going to do a horizontal cut. So actually, I think the next formula, well, they'll both work. Okay. Desert, desert, desert. Okay. Let's just do desert. Yes. For Sedona. Yes. Thank you, Debbie. Okay. We're going to come back and do Pacific scenes for the third formula. So desert, let me grab. Whoops. Some white paper for the background. Literally, this was still hot from being on the truck. That is how quickly I've got it. So you guys have to just go with the flow. We're seeing this for the first time together. Ooh, ooh, ah. Oh, look at those cute little cactus. Very cute. Look at that beautiful paper. Oh, I love that cactus. That's really fun. Okay, so because I think I like this paper the best, let's go with this beautiful green. And seriously, you're gonna, again, this formula, you're like, Lauren, this isn't even a formula, but it really is. 7/5 split. This is 5 inches, one cut. One cut. And then your choice. You can put the 5 on the left or the 5 on the right. Your choice. So I'm just going to do here. I'm going to put the 5 on the left, because then I have a nice block right here for my title. I tend to do my title in the upper left-hand corner. Okay. And I just want to show you how beautifully this works. Oops, I'm kind of out of camera. Hang on. Let me get this back in frame here for you. Okay. So here's that one cut wonder. One cut wonder, right? Right here. And then watch how the photos just go beautifully with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then over here, you can either do a 4x6 this way with a 4x4, and you could do 6x4s over here. You could do a 4x4. You could do a 4x4 up here, or you could do 2 6x4s over on this side as well. Okay, so just depends on, you know, how many photos you have. But once again, your photos are going to be the star of these pages. So you have 8 photos, 4 photos on each page to really shine with your page. Now, does this look finished? Not at all. Not at all. So let's talk about how we can finish this page. And this is really simply to grab, let's see, here's the stickers. Let's see what else we have here, the stickers, and we have the border punch. So this is where I always go first to look for titles and see what we have for kind of adding some fun to the top left corner. And I love the saguaro sunshine. And when we were driving, we saw so many of the saguaro cactuses, and they are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So let me see, I'm just looking for, oh, you know what actually might be kind of fun? What do you think? Should we punch the cactus out of the cactus paper? Or it would have been fun. We could have used this as our 7.5 cut. I may tell you, see, I didn't have much time to think this through because, like I said, we just got this paper, this kit. Oh, and then look at these gorgeous border strips. This would be so lovely to add to the side there. Just looking at that. And but let's go ahead and punch because it could be fun. It could be happy and fun. Let me get the cactus punch. I have other ideas in my head for this punch, so stay tuned. We're gonna have some fun later on with the cactus punch. Okay, I am going to oh, it looks like you guys wanted to see, a lot of you wanted to see the desert, but stay tuned. There's more. There's more. Okay. Yeah, a little oily. Let me get a couple punches out of here. I'm so jealous of those of you who live closer to Minnesota and probably have had your collections for 2 days, right? But me, I have to wait because I'm all the way down in Southern California. So I have to wait before I get mine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is punch a row of the cactus here and out of the cactus paper. we're going to see what it looks like. It's kind of whimsical. Why not? Let's add some whimsy to this page. So again, the simplicity of the cutting is really to give a nice backdrop to your photos and not really have to fuss about the base. You know, you get to play with all the other pieces. This is the cutest punch, you guys. This is absolutely adorable in person. I absolutely love that punch. That is so cute. Okay, so this is an edge punch, so you can trim it to whatever size you like. So I think I'm going to go to where the whole thing is 1.5 inches. So the tippy top of the tallest cactus is going to be at the 1.5 inches. Yeah, actually, yeah, there we go. Okay. And now there's 2 ways you can use a punch. You can go across the bottom, and that looks really nice. And that starts to fill in your space on the page. Or you can also give your punch a 7.5 cut, right? That split. So this one, let's just pretend we've got a whole nother one punched here. And let's go ahead and stick this down because it's cute. All right, so we're going to put this down over here. Okay, and then oh, there's my other one. It was stuck under there. Okay. and our 7-inch page. Love how easy this is. And there's so many variations on this formula. You can take this and then just do a sticker strip on the edge. You can take this and do a border maker cartridge strip on the end. Like we've done, you can do a border strip and, you know, either vertically or horizontally, depending on the type of border you have. Got to get those little cactus on here. But it's actually super cute with the cactus paper. It's that unexpected element, right? And then let's go ahead and add just a touch of color with the border strip. Oh, I should have put that on first. Hold on. Good thing I use Repo. I'm going to have to tuck this under here. Okay, and since this has green on that edge, I'm going to put the blue next to my paper. Okay, and then put that back down. And now we've got, again, our 6x4 photos to go right in here and here, and our 4x4s. And sometimes I like to offset, like maybe I'll push this one up because I know I do want to do a title here. And this would be, I'm just going to snip this. This would make a great title up on top, this wander, just so you can kind of get an idea. Or the Saguaro Sunshine. And or this might go like, say, on a circle and go down here. I feel like that needs a circle. Here. Or even a, you know, the neutral would be nice. Let me pop my neutral, get my neutrals out. See if I have a neutral circle. Oh yeah, this one. Or that one. I think I'm going to have it just a little smaller. Oh, there's also an oval. That's kind of fun too. So we have a little element here, and we could just take some neutral paper and do it like a tag up there. Let's see, shapes. Where's my rectangles? That might be kind of fun. Kind of bring in just a solid. You could use craft paper, or you could use the neutral, just a nice neutral. So now I'm going to just kind of do a little placement. And maybe this one gets tucked down under here, under the little cacti a little bit. I could use a little thinner neutral piece there. But you get the idea how adding the little bits of elements, that is what brings the whole layout together, right? And keep in mind, these are not going to be white on white. These are going to be beautiful colored photographs, right? So like on the edges, this is not going to look so bland. It's going to have that pop of color. I don't even know if I have a photo I could just this is completely unrelated, but you get the idea, right? So it's going to be color over here on the edges and not just white. You're going to see that beautiful color in your color photographs. And sometimes we think, yeah, you know, like your whole page has to be done. But remember, your photos have all that beautiful color in it too. So we have that. And then so over here, I think what I think would be fun. So maybe what I'll do is go get those pictures I have of the drive and the cactus, right? And look at this awesome cactus we can put here. And let's put that on some foam squares, the thin foam squares. And you can see that would be kind of a fun little element once you had your photos to add over here. And you could even put that with another layering shape too, if you wanted to give some more neutral color over on this side. Okay, so that is Formula 2. Remember, these are speed scrapping techniques. So we're not going to go, you know, on and on and on and on about all the layers and layers and layers that we could do. This is about that 80%, and it's about getting things done. So, of course, I feel like the one thing I should do over here, let me just make another row of cacti, because that will definitely finish off the 2 pages. Okay. I think did I get it? No, I got it. Okay. There we go. And I trimmed that at 1.5 on the pointy cactus. 1.5 right there, there, and there. Okay. So, ta-da, you can see. That really does start to finish. I feel like this is too big up here. I need a thinner banner for this. Clementine, what are you doing down there on the ground? Or I could just do a different title too. Kind of something a little smaller, skinnier. I could cut that down. Or something different. I don't know. We could just layer. Okay. So let me, 1 second here. Okay, I think she's ready to go. All right, any questions? Let me see. Let's see. Okay, any questions? I think that's exactly what I need to do to catch up. I know this is hopefully just a very simple idea, some very simple ideas for you. And remember, not everything, like this is 1 sheet of paper. You can use another sheet for your punches. I think she's ready for dinner. Thanks. And then just add some color into your layout and then put your photos down and your title. And then, oh, I also wanted to mention, you could do your journaling here, or you could, instead of a photo here, make this a peekaboo pocket, or add your journaling right here. You know, always got to have your spot for your journaling. But super easy. Just always remember, you want to get a page done, just do that 7/5 cut 5 inches off. You can, you know, play around with that. Oh, and I need to put the sticker over here too. And that just finishes everything off. Okay, so I'm going to take these photos since they are completely unrelated and put them back where they need to be scrapped. And this will be kind of in process for cactus pictures. Okay. Done with the new collections. So easy. And there's definitely some other cute little icon stickers that you can add in once you've got your photos on there and kind of see where you're going with your layout. Okay, another formula. This is formula 3. Again, super easy. So we did the grid. Now we did the 7/5 split. And the third one, this is going to be easy for you to remember, and it's called the high five. Okay, so just remember, the high five. Okay, and the high five is basically, you're just going to take 5 inches, cut one sheet of paper again, 5 inches, and we're going to go across the whole 2 pages with a beautiful 5-inch strip. And that's going to leave 2 inches left for your paper. And what are 2 inches perfect for? They are perfect for border maker cartridges or using a strip the flip side with a sticker or anything like that. That extra little decorative element. So you can use the strips on the edges. You could use the strips underneath your 5 inches. You can use them wherever you want. Okay, so this is called the high five. Let's take the Pacific paper. And so this is a horizontal formula, right? So now let's take a picture, a paper that we know has a really nice horizontal feel to it that would, you know, work well. Not that, you know, most do. Ooh, look at the pine cones. That's gorgeous. That paper, that brown wood paper, love that. Oh, and those gorgeous trees. Yep, love those trees. And the plaid. Oh, and the bears and the moose. I should just cut the little bears out, right? Do some bear pages. All right. So let's take another look. I do really like the pine cones. Let's do pine cones. Well, what's the punch for this one? Oh, this is the whale tail. Well, that doesn't really go with pine cones, does it? Let's see. Maybe we won't do the punch for this one. I feel like with the whale tail punch, you need to kind of go with a different paper that goes with that paper. Ooh, like blue plaid would be really cute. Well, we could do that. We could do that. But one thing I do want to mention for this formula, if you're going to use the same paper, like the extra 1 inch, you also need to make sure that your pattern is going to cut no more than 2 inches, or you're going to have less than 5 inches to go across. Okay, so you can look at your punch here and measure. Okay, where's my ruler? Nope, right here. And already I see this is a 1.5 inch punch. So that would take 3 inches off of my paper. So I would need to use a different color, a different paper to punch this. Or if you want to keep it all within one paper, then, you know, you're going to choose something like a border cartridge like this. And if you measure this, that is 1 inch exactly. So this would be perfect for this formula if you wanted to just stick with one sheet of paper. And, you know, some of us, we really want to do paper saving. Like, you know, you don't want a whole nother collection. You just really, you know, say you really like this. So we could use the whale tail, I think, but let me show you how this will work with the Border Maker cartridge. Since I just pulled this one off, actually it looks pretty cute. It's the cable. So we're going to punch first. And the back side, which is probably what I'm going to use, the Border Maker works really well with this paper. So let's go ahead and do that. And this can really change depending on whatever border cartridge you want to use. So let's pop this out, move this over. And we're going to punch again. Okay. There we have our 2 strips. And now, just to be sure, let's go ahead and measure, because what I want to do is just make sure I cut this in half. It's slightly less than 10 by like a 16th. So I'm going to do 1 smidge down from 5, and you're not going to notice that on the layout. Okay, so now we have our 2 almost 5 inches for our layout, and we have 2 beautiful borders all from 1 piece of paper. So actually, you know what? Instead of white, let's do, where's my, oh shoot, I think I'm out of my neutral, but you could also see this would work with a color cardstock too. This is beige. Okay, grab the other one. So this is 5 across, 5 inches, high 5. So we're going to go about 1 inch down from the top, and then look at how beautiful that sets up with our page. So that just goes all the way across. And again, why is a 5 inch a nice cut? Because with a 4 by 4, 4 by 6, or 6 by 4, that is another perfect addition to your paper, right? So these can go easily into your photo space. And you also have the whole bottom part here for that as well. So you can do, I'm going to get some of these that I just had for the other layout. So you can do a 4 by 4 and a 6 by 4, a 6 by 4, 4 by 4 horizontally. And just because you're going horizontal doesn't mean you can't cross the barrier, right? You can, of course, cross that barrier just like that. and add your photos. If you have portrait photos, you can do that and just line them up. So whatever kind of photos you have, this layout, you know, will work with them. Now, I'm going to just kind of do this. What's kind of fun with this layout, I'm going to swap this over here, is now it kind of made a little nook over here. That would be a nice place for a title. And then, you know, you could just finish whatever photos you have, you could finish placing those on this side. Why is this so crooked? How's that? There we go. That's better. Okay. Super fast formula. So this is the high five. You can just cut strips, or you can use a border maker cartridge, or you could use another paper and make a punch, create a punch. And look at these beautiful stickers. So this would be fun. You could add a tree line sticker if you wanted to add a little texture to your layers, for instance. But let's take a look at the titles that are going here. Oh, so just depends on what your photos are pictures of, right? So I love this. Chasing waterfalls and mountain highs. That's so perfect. So let's see if we have, I kind of want to see, oh, here we go. It might be kind of fun to add a little black in here. Could do a little black title. I love that contrast. So for this, I'm just going to de-stickify it with my powder tool so that I don't have to commit, and you can see what that looks like. I love this. PNW, Pacific Northwest. That's really cute. And this has some fun little branch stickers, which would be lovely just to kind of pop into the corners and nooks and crannies with your photos. So this is actually kind of gray and black, which is what prompted me to bring the black in, the little black shapes. Okay, get that in place. What else do we have here? That is a whale. So we have some mountains, we have a moose and a bear and some more wildlife and more word stickers here. So this might be kind of another fun time if you wanted to. I liked the idea of the film reels because this could just be a nice layering piece when, you know, good for any photos. Good for any photos. So I kind of like just another little layering piece. And this is also where you could get your makers, like your tag maker out and make some tags that you could tuck in. Whenever you have a horizontal format, that's a fun time. You could just move this down a little bit and then tuck tags in here. So super easy to use, but another fast speed scrapping formula. I'm just going to add a few more photo placeholders in here so you could see what a finished layout could look like. And then maybe you want to do some journaling right here, or we could tuck another circle over on this area. And maybe over here we do I know too. I have some new branches, friends. Oh yeah, I love branches. Look at these fun branches. Let's see, do I have some kind of pine feeling branches we can tuck in here? These are out of avocado and evergreen, or dark green, and I like the dark green, I think. I have this one too. This kind of feels, could put that, and now maybe I can add my cute little bear. And if you don't have the die cuts, you could, what did I have? The trees. Where did I put my tree? I just had the tree. It's not under my left elbow. All right. Okay, I de-stickified it. Let's get this one so you can see. Actually, I think I might like the trees with the bear better. So let me do that. Oh yeah, that's cute. Trees and bear, but you could use these guys just, you know, kind of maybe tucked under for a little texture. Oh, maybe I like you up here. That's kind of fun. Add a little pop of green. Did you guys see where my tree went? I'll find it. It's probably, where did it go? It's probably stuck to something. Okay. Oh, I see it. There it is. I found it. Yeah, I think I like those trees, as a matter of fact. So I'll just save that. Okay, and the bear's walking on. And you could add a word over here, which would be, you could do breathtaking and so on. Okay, so that is Formula 3. But all of a sudden, from, you know, just a couple punches, a couple border punches, a sheet of paper, and it's really, again, your photos, your title, and your clustering, you know, bringing all of that together, that's going to make your layout just come and look good together. Okay, so that is Formula 3. So easy, so fast, and let me see. I wanted to just check in. I think I gave you everything. Oh, here's my notes. Okay. Let me just check my notes. Oh, you're right. There is a promo coming on Monday. So I'm going to switch over and be careful wandering in the desert. Yes. That reminds me. So when we were doing our night out stargazing in Sedona, the guide had a black light. And we're like, what is that for? And he goes, oh, because scorpions have something in their skeleton that reacts with the black light and you can see them. Ah, like scorpions? Okay, do you see any? Okay, all right. So yeah, that was, you got to be careful in the desert. Okay, yeah, the bear's going to come visit me, Sue. He's going to come visit anytime now. Yeah, and let's see, any other, okay, let me go switch to the screen share really quickly and let you see. Oh, not even, really? Oh, shoot, hold on. Okay, 1 second, friends. My computer's deciding to be not so fun right now. Okay, I'm going to share the update discount promo. Here it is. So it's a hot deal alert. Let me do a screen share for you. Hot deal alert. Discount coming next week for qualifying orders. And you are going to get 25 off orders of $100 or more. And it's one per order. So you can't do like, it's not 25 off every 100 and do a $500 order, but it's $25 off each order of 100, and there's no limit to how many orders you can make. So keep that in mind. It is coming on Monday. 25 off when you spend 100 on qualifying orders. No code needed. It will automatically be applied at checkout. And I did read that the June, right here, it does say June 16th launch items. The scenes bundles and their coordinating products do not qualify toward the spend get. Okay, so what I was just using tonight does not count, unfortunately, but everything else will count for the orders of $100 or more. And I also just want to mention that in my shop, you are also going to see during the summer, different products are going to go on sale. And so CM is doing their thing and I'm doing my thing. So here's the new die cuts that I was sharing tonight. There's a couple more I didn't get to use yet, but I have a flash sale on these 4 albums for $10 right now, and that is going to end tonight at midnight. So just so you know, actually, maybe I'll let it go till tomorrow for those of you watching replay. So they, after tomorrow, I'll say after tomorrow at midnight, these will no longer be for sale for $10. But I just have a lot of these that I thought if you need an album and you want a fun project, grab them while you can. And those are different things. My card kits also are half price, and those are getting, some of them are selling out. So if you also enjoyed last Friday's, 2 Fridays ago live, then I talked about the card kits, and so you can grab those card kits at half off while supplies last for those. Okay, so just keep an eye on different things that are coming into the shop. There's some other new die cuts. This one, super fun. I found some cork. Yes, you heard me right. Cork, C-O-R-K, paper that already has an adhesive backing. And the beach fun right here, those titles are just too much fun. I've got to just do a layout with those, as well as Travel 4, which is cut out of wood paper. So I'm just having fun finding some new things for you to play around with and add in addition to your creative memory supplies or whatever products that you like to use. So just wanted to share that. And hopefully there is system audio muted. Hopefully I'm not muted. Okay, so let's see. I just want to make sure I got it stuck under my twig envelope. Carrie, you were right. That's exactly where my tree was. Okay, I'm going to just check if we have any questions. If you put a Q by it. Okay. Are you going to put more flop stoppers in your shop? Yes, Kathy. I am actually working on that kind of a way I can try to modify that. It's a super, super labor intensive product. So stay tuned. But they're not gone forever. They're just gone for right now. So they'll be back. Okay. I think that's all. So I hope you enjoyed the 3 different formulas. So we talked about the grid formula. That's our fast and easy Formula 1. Our 7-5 split or 5-7 split, however you want to do that. Just cut that, use that. And then also the high five. Woo! All right, so there's 3 formulas whenever you feel like I just need to get some pages done and get my albums finished. Hopefully you can remember those 3 easy techniques for getting your pages done. And keep your photos the star of your pages, because really, to me, they are what tell your story, is all those fun photos that you get to see when you open your albums. All right, friends. And as always, keep, enjoy what you like. Always, these are suggestions. And I know we all have a different way of scrapping. We all love doing different things. And I am in no way trying to tell you that you have to do it this way, but they are just suggestions and some fun ways you can finish up your albums. So thank you all for joining and for being here tonight. And I will see you next time. And we have monthly meetup coming up at the end of June. So stay tuned for that. There'll be more fun. Bye for now, everyone.